Hey everybody, Syntax here. Welcome back to another episode of Dungeons, Dragons, and Space Shuttles on the Patreon server. So, in between these episodes, I've done quite a bit of progression. And if you take a look at my quest book real quick, I've gotten to the point in ores, alloys, and smeltery, and where we can make illuminite. So we're going to be back to the cobalt mining, which is really good because I wanted to progress as far as I could on that. And we're only 5 episodes in the series, and we're already back to the cobalt mining, which is good considering how long it took me on my single player series. But also, I've done some work in the main tier 1 main quest line. I'm at to the point where we got some water wheels, and if you look up the workshop right here, I've also crafted up a latex processing unit to go along with our fluid extractor. I've got an igneous extruder, which I've got a whole bunch of cobble being made from that, mostly for the purposes of building and stuff. Let's see, what other new machines? I've got the Metalogic infuser right here. I've done, as you can see, I've upgraded a lot of stuff in my in the workshop. The reason behind it is I want to get, we started off trying to get these farms automated, and we have to do a couple things in order to make that happen. We had to make the latex processing unit. We also need to get into Botania a little bit. I've got an area set up ready to go, and I think we're going to work a little bit on this episode to get some mana generation. But the first thing that we're going to do is we need to get more charcoal. The reason behind is I've got, as you can see, a blast furnace down here now, and it's making steel, and it's doing an alright job, but I am burning through coal coke like it's no other, and I'd like to get a good amount of stuff that I can use to fire that thing up so I can keep the steel production going. So one way we can do it is if we go to get our saw real quick, we can make some wood piles real fast, and let's just grab this oak wood right here, and I think I got some more. Let's see, right here. Let's see, I've got some more, I think, in this chest right here, or one of these chests. Yeah, I do. I've got a whole bunch of oak wood right here. Well, let's grab all this stuff real quick, and we'll outline all this stuff right here, and let's get a good amount. There we go. And we'll pick this guy up real quick. And we draw the saw down, drop the saw down right here. We should be able to make a bunch of wood piles. We might have to make another saw real quick. And that should be no problems if we just grab 2 copper. And I want to say it was 1, 2, 3 sticks. And we're going to need another crafting table. Let's pick this stuff up real quick again. Okay, so let's go. And it was 1, 2, 3. And I think 2 here gets us a saw. Yep, there we go. And let's just simply just outline this guy here again real quick. We'll grab all this wood. And we'll make a bunch of wood piles. There we go. Oh, I don't want to do that. There we go. Grab the rest of this wood. Bingo, 17, and that should be good for now. And let's go ahead and just drop the rest of this stuff right here. So what we're going to do is, the game plan is, let's grab some dirt. And let's head downstairs, and I got an area all ready to go for this. So let's just put our dirt pile right here, our wood pile right here. There we go. And let's head downstairs. And we can make some, kind of a cool little unique kind of way to make a whole bunch of charcoal. If we throw this wood piles right down in here like this, all the way down. I don't know if I made enough to make it all the way to the end. And I think I can outline this in dirt. We'll find out when I start cooking it up. If we just simply just drop dirt here, and if we light this guy on fire, as you can see, the smoke is still burning. So yeah, it's worked with the dirt. So let's just quickly go all the way down, and we got to do it fairly quickly so we don't want to have the wood pile actually burn. There we go, and all the way. We'll just work all the way down, one at a time. And this is a nice little trick that we can make a whole bunch of charcoal. And it should maybe get us by for a little bit. How much farther do I have to go? We're almost there. Okay. Okay, and 1, 2, and 1 more. Okay. Cool, so we're going to let this burn. It's going to take a couple minutes, then we'll come back here over, I think it's about 30 minutes. It should be able to make some charcoal. So, okay, so I'm going to situate my stuff, then we'll come back and we're going to keep progressing on what we're going to keep doing as far as upgrades right here. Okay, be back in a second. Okay, so the first thing we're going to work on is, as you see, I'm cooking up all the stuff that we need to get the illuminite going. So I'd like to upgrade my pickaxe, and then also I would like to do is, do we have 16 steel? Yeah, I've got 20 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to get 16 steel ingots because I would like to start to make a good, decent hammer. Since now that if you notice, I've also got the tool forge right here. So I'm able to make a hammer as well. So I would like to get that stuff going, but let's get all this stuff cooked up real quick. And we should have the molten aluminum, we've got iron, and then the 4 obsidian once they're done heating up. And maybe what we can do too while that's kind of cooking up, let's head upstairs. And one more thing I forgot to show you guys is, yeah, we made the latexing processing unit. I've already got all the tiny rubber all ready to go to make this dry rubber. And that's going to be useful when we get into making our plant interactors for our automation of our farms. So let's see, is there anything else I can dump up here? Let's see. Let's get rid of the marble, and then I think we're good to go. Oh, you know what? I got these 10 cutters right here. We'll just leave this here, and the engineering hammer. There we go. Okay. Kill a little bit of couple minutes here while we wait on this stuff to cook up. And let's see here. We should have some aluminite right now. There we go. So we got 5, 6, and this should net us 12 aluminite ingots. Hopefully, if Syntax did his calculations correct, that should net us what we need to not only complete the quest, but let's see here. Ores, Allier Smelter, Tier 2, we needed 12. Yep. Okay, and we've got 1 block, 3 ingots, so that is 12. Cool, so we did our job. So what we need to do is we need to, I think, actually physically have these ingots. So let's move them down, and let's get this stuff out of the smelter real quick. There we go. And we're going to need our ingot casket as well. We need 3 of these guys. Here we go. Does not take too long to cool off. 1 and 2, and we should have 1 more, and by then we should have 1 block. That's almost done. Okay, there we go. And let's check on how we doing here as we see where our curacao oil is. We got so much. So what we'll do is we need to maybe expand this out, or maybe do something with this with that curacao oil. And I think our steel production is going back up. Okay, cool. Okay, and that guy's done real quick, so let's just quickly take our 12 ingots right here, and that should net us that, and we get some more. Cool, we get the lithium and tiberium crystals as well. Okay, so what we're going to need to do to get our upgraded pickaxe, we're going to need 6 of these guys real fast. There we go. Heat that stuff back up. Drop down our casing real quick. And I want to get the steel cooking as well. We need to get 16 steel, and that should be 12 right there, and 4. And we got 4 more steel ingots here. We can just throw that. So that's going to cook up real quick. Okay, and let's see what else we can do. You know what? I'll cut right here. We'll come back once the stuff's cooked up, and then we'll keep kind of progressing along. So, okay. Okay, we're back, and I think I've got enough to make everything I want to do. So I've got a lot of bronze here. I've got also steel, and I've got the aluminite ready to go. So let's first make our pickaxe head real quick. So that should be enough to get that going. And let's drop down our pickaxe here. We're going to get a nice updated sin pick. And let that dry up real quick. And then we're going to also need to get, let's see, we don't need to cast no more. We're going to need to get these large plate casts, and we're going to also need the hammerhead. There we go. And while we're waiting on that, let's see, we can craft up a tough tool rod, and we want to use wood. I want to make that wood handled tough tool rod. There we go. Okay, and there we go. We got 1 casing head for the aluminite pickaxe. What do we get for that as well? We get more aluminite. No, actually, what do we get here? We get tiberium crystal. Ooh, we get endstone and an anvil. Very cool. Okay. And we should be, we're starting to stuff our inventory very well. So, okay, now if we drop down this guy right here, we should get 1 pickaxe. There we go. Can mine at the cobalt level. So there we go. We also get a little bit more durability. So, bam. So the sim pick is now able to mine at the cobalt level. Very cool. Okay, so next on the hit list, let's go ahead and get going. We're going to need to make these large plate cast heads real fast. So right there, and we're going to want to make these guys out of bronze. Okay, so let's heat this stuff up real quick. And then we're going to also need, let's just double check. For the hammer, we need, okay, so we need 2 hammer heads. We're going to need actually, that is the hammerhead. We're going to need the large plates right here, and then a tough tool rod. So the tough tool rod will go there, and we should have 2 of these guys going. There's 1 and 2. Should have more than enough bronze. Let's see. I think I might have overdid it just a little bit. better to overdo it than underdo it. Okay. Because I think this guy's going to have to be repaired with bronze as well. Okay. There we go. And now we need to make the tough tool rod, and we're going to make this guy out of steel. So let's drop the steel down real fast and fill that guy up, as we now can just show what happened here. Okay, so back to the hammer. 2 of these guys. There we go. And this guy should be filling up, and it does take 16. That might be all the steel that I put in there. Okay. There we go. And that's drying up. And what we can do real quick while we're waiting is let's replace our anvil real fast. Because I think what the one that I had down here in the workshop was a broken one. Let's see. Yes, broken, slightly damaged. There we go. And we're just going to use a regular old anvil right there. And we don't need to keep that no more. I've got so much stuff. We got some more platinum coin. Change those back into gold, and we'll throw those guys up here. There we go. See, we use the the coins to get. We cheated to get some blaze rods with them, and we're already back to a whole good amount. So that's why it's good to use those when you can. You don't want to just hold on to them forever. So, okay, so there is one hammerhead, and we should be able to simply just click back to hammerhead and put that guy right there. There we go, and it's a pretty good standard bronze hammer. So we're just going to call it the Sin Hammer. If we can spell hammer right. Hammer. Having a hard time spelling today. It is Sunday, for me recording, and sometimes the brain doesn't want to work on Sundays. So, okay. So there we go. So we're going to a very basic Sin Hammer. We could do a little bit of upgrading real quick, and I'm just going to show you guys how I'm going to upgrade this hammer. I'm going to grab let's grab one stack of redstone, and let's grab one diamond. There we go. And then we're going to also grab, maybe we'll start with just that for now. I'm going to mine the individual like gems and stuff with my sin pick, but then we're going to do a lot of clearing with the hammer. So I'm not necessarily want all the luck. I don't really need to have it on here. So what I do want to do is buff up the durability a little bit. There we go. And then I also want to get the speed. Speed is going to be very important for this hammer. So I want to be able to clear stuff out real quick, and that's just going to give us basic. We'll just use all of it right there. Perfect. Okay, as you can see, the mining speed 5.5, we can increase this quite a bit, and I'm going to keep dumping redstone into that. But very cool. So I'm very happy to finally have a hammer so we can do a little bit more mining at a more serious level. I've done a pretty good amount of mining now, but this is only going to add to the speed of how quickly I can get resources. So, okay, very, very, very cool. So those are two good necessity upgrades that we needed. So what we need to do next is, I think what we're going to work on is let's get Botania power generation going. Over here, I've got things kind of set up where I'm going to have my basic power, because now what I want to do is start gathering some mana, because there's some things that I need to do to, I need some mana diamonds in order to progress my little farm setup over here. So, okay. So let me situate my inventory. We'll come back and we'll see how we do as far as we're making this Botania area work. So, okay, be back in 1 second. Okay, so there we go. So let's just grab some seeds in real quick. One. Okay, so we just need to basically just repeat this process a couple more times. So we got 1, 2, 3, all the way down. There we go. And we'll just do this 2 more times. I think we get 4. 4 should be enough. Now, there was a trick to just redo the same thing, and I want to say maybe it was if you shift click with an open hand. There was a trick. Can't remember quite how to do it, but okay, it's all right. There it was. Okay. And then let's just simply just drop in. There we go. And then one more real fast. And for some reason I didn't do that again. We'll just do it the old man way. There we go. And 1 seed. Bingo. So that has netted us 5 endo flames. Very cool. Okay, so what we're going to do is let's collect our quest reward real quick as well. So we get 1 pedal block, we get a copper gear and silver coin. We'll hold on to this, and let's drop for now, time being, so we can just clear our inventory. We'll just get rid of all this stuff in here real fast. Because what we need to do now that we have flowers that we can produce mana with is we need to, and where did I put my, oh, there we go. We're out of order here a little bit. There we go. And let's just drop all this stuff in here real fast. We need to grab some stone, and I'm thinking we're going to put the mana pool. We're going to put the mana pool right here, per se. So let's see if we can just simply just drop, you know what, we'll just do this. We'll drop this wool right here, and the mana pool right here. Bingo. We can get rid of this guy real quick. So what we need to do is we need to head down here and come up with a little platform right here. And we need to also make sure we take our mana spreader, and we're going to need to take the wand of the forest as well. And I think I've crafted us some ladders as well. So let's make a couple ladders to get down here real fast. And that should come down to right here. Okay, we'll head on down. And well, what we might need to do is I might need to actually do this from down here. There we go. Okay, so let's grab some of the stone real fast. And let's grab our chisel. And I want to chisel these into stone bricks. Okay, and then we're going to need to come right about... We might be able to do it from here. We might have to build up a little bit. There we go. Just for the time being, let's just drop this stuff right here like this. And actually, one more down. We'll go one more down right here. And that should be far enough, as this is going to now stretch down where we can walk down right here like that. And I want to come all the way around. Okay, now we should be able to come back up from the top. Okay. And let's drop on down. There we go. And what I want to do, the idea is if we can get this dirt right here, we can just drop the dirt down right here like this. And we're going to create a nice little platform that we can put all our mana producing flowers down here, and then all the mana will get shot right up into this little hole over here, up where our mana pool is. So let's just see. We're going to need to also here. Hopefully I grabbed enough dirt. There we go. And across like this. Now, is that level? Actually, we need to come out one more. So let's grab these stone real quick. And we're going to bring it out one more, because I want it to be kind of square. So we'll come out this way. We might have... Look at that, we got just enough dirt. All right, there we go. And now we'll expand this guy out like this real quick. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is let's see about if we get our endo flames real quick. And I must put them upstairs. And oh, you know what we need to do is we need to make sure that we can get back up top here real fast. There we go. And we'll just simply drop this guy down and make another ladder back on up to the top. There we go. Okay, so what we need to do is grab our endo flames right here. We need to grab our mana spreader, and we're going to need to make sure we have our wand of the forest as well. Okay, so let's head back down. And we're going to make sure that all these manas can just, right, 2, 3, 4, and I like to make a nice little... Did that wrong. Okay. So let's grab this guy right here and move this one right there, and we'll put these two right here like this. If we can do it correctly, syntax, there we go, and right there. Okay, so that's the chest, and we'll have the mana spreader here. We'll link up to, can we see it? Might have to maybe move this. But when I didn't want to do that, I got to get used to having the hammer. Okay, right here. Oh, where is that mana pool? Oh, it's right here. Oh, I failed. Put it on the wrong side. Okay, so let's move this real quick. Okay, so the mana spreader is going to go right here. So we can actually just put a piece of dirt like this, and then we can put the mana spreader here. The joys of designing on camera. Sometimes it doesn't work out, sometimes it does. Okay, so here we go. So mana spreader, we're going to go into binding mode. And we're going to bind this mana spreader to that mana pool, just like that. Mana spreader. There we go. Okay, so now we can also check, as you can see, they're not linked up. So what we need to do is we can also, there we go, link these guys up real fast. Alright, so now all of these, I see they're all linked now to this mana spreader. So now we are able to generate, and maybe the whole point of this was here, as I was going to drop the coal down here, but I'll figure that out in a second. But let's grab some fuel real quick. And we should be able to, if we grab a little bit of fuel, we should be able to see mana starting to get generated. If we, let's just grab, for the time being, let's grab a stack of coal. So I'm talking about having a nice big base. Sometimes if you don't have everything we need, you got to come all the way back. But we're going to fix that at some point. But okay, so let's head back downstairs real quick. What I do like about this design is it's going to keep everything kind of out of sight. So all the little mana producing of the flowers is going to be all done out of sight, out of mind. So if we just simply click these guys right here like this, we should see them fire up. Here we go. And one more. There we go. So now we should see for one of our forests, we should see mana starting to, there it goes. It starts shooting up into our mana pool. We should slowly, over time, see mana start to get generated. And there we go. Okay, as it's starting to generate mana. So very cool. So that, we'll let that kind of go for a little bit, as it's going to take a little bit of mana to us to get a mana diamond. But I do like the way that this kind of looks and the way it functions. But now what I need to do is figure out how I'm going to automate the process of dropping down the fuel, because I don't want to always have to come down here to drop stuff down, but there are ways we can do that. So okay, so I will be back in 1 second. We'll kind of see what we're going to do about wrapping up this video. So okay, so here we go. The last little thing we're going to check on this episode is all the wood piles that we burn. If we take off the top right here, check it out. So now we have ash blocks all over the place. So okay, so what do we do with the ash block? We just simply break it, and bingo, we get 16 charcoal per function. So that's going to give us a ton of charcoal. So okay, so this should at least kind of maybe settle us for a little bit, where we have a little bit of fuel where I can keep kind of my steel production kind of going. So that's going to net us quite a bit. Look at that. Check it out. So we already got almost 3 stacks already, and we've only got maybe half of what I cooked. So I might even do a little bit more of these piles. I say I got some over here ready to go. In between, that way stockpile a whole bunch of charcoal. So okay, very cool. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap the episode up right here, and we come back. I'm going to have the process kind of automated of how we're gonna drop down the coal over here, and I might also start the process of, we need to get some passive power gen going in this base, because now that we have the mana diamond, we're able to make mine diamond here, we're gonna need to be able to make sure that we can automate, and we're going to require power to these farms so that they can be automated, so we can start harvesting a good amount of this stuff for mystical agriculture, because I want to get into that pretty good right off the go, and but it's going to require some steady amount of power, and I think I have a pretty good idea where I'm going to put all my little water wheels down here. So hint, I'm going to be doing a little bit of designing over here. So okay, so drop down on the video and hit the subscribe channel. It helps the channel grow, and like the video, and we'll see you guys on the next episode of Dungeons, Dragons, and Space Shuttles on the Patreon server. Okay, take care, everybody.